The government of Dubai understands the role of media and how it can influence the world we live in. This episode is the first of a series recorded at the Arab Media Forum, an annual event held in Dubai. Khadija Marzouqi has been involved in Dubai media outlets, from radio to print to her current role as editor-in-chief of Dubai Post. She discusses the role of the publication and the media trends affecting how we will consume news in the future. Welcome to Dubai Works, a business podcast about the innovators, the products, the services and trending topics, loving Dubai's take on the business stories that matter. My name is Richard Fitzgerald. I'm the founder of Augustus Media, publishers of Lovin Dubai, Lovin Saudi and Smashy TV. Each week we'll be interviewing the dynamic business leaders of Dubai. Good morning, Khadija.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Dubai Works Business Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. We're at the Arab Media Forum in Dubai World Trade Center and it's quite a buzz. It's quite exciting to be here this morning.
As usual, every year. Arab Media Forum is full of interaction and networking every year. Yeah.
And what, the Arab Media Forum brings together all the media institutions in the region. And what's the purpose of it and what's your involvement here today?
We are a digital partner with the Arab Media Forum as Dubai Post. We've been a digital partner for the last 2 years. This is the third year. For us, it's a great platform for all the media experts and our friends, our colleagues to come together and discuss all the issues related to the Arab media. This is a very sensitive time for the Arab world. There's a lot of things happening around us and media is a key player in conveying the messages, the things that's happening around us for the audience. So it's a critical time for media and it's a great platform for us to come together and discuss and talk about all of these things and put some solutions and come up with ideas. So it's a great networking also opportunity for us.
Interesting. So it's kind of a solution-orientated kind of thought leadership event.
Yes.
Where you explore different topics.
Yes.
I'm going to take a step back because you've had many roles here in media. What inspired you to get into media in the first place?
I've been a newspaper reader since I was like 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
I used to use my allowance money to buy a newspaper for 2 dirhams. It used to be 1 dirham, but now it's 2 dirham. So I've been into reading and media since a young age. So when I had the opportunity in the university to study media, so I took that opportunity. And it was a great thing for me. It was something like an eye-opening. And started working in media and radio, actually.
Okay, really? So you always gravitated towards media. You love the different mediums, the news, the communication industry.
Yes.
So do you feel that Dubai gives a great platform for media professionals? How did you find it starting off and how was the industry for you?
I mean, when I started working in radio, being a local also, it was kind of unusual to have a local working in media as a presenter. It was not something that is what you can see now, like every event for a woman, there's a bunch of videographers and presenters. When I started maybe around 18 years ago, to be honest, it was something unusual. So now when I see the growth that happened in the media, I'm amazed and I'm happy because the opportunities are more now, platforms are available, the government is supporting the infrastructure and all of that, having the media city, the internet city, studio cities, production zones. So that all helped talent to grow and to create a space for them in Dubai.
Interesting. So there's the infrastructure, there's the education, there's the talent.
And there is the belief of the leadership. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed has a great belief in media and he always says that and states that he believes in media. He uses the new platforms in issuing a lot of degrees, using Twitter. So there is the belief also from the leadership which empowers, I think, media.
Yeah, and he and everyone in the royal family, etc., and the government are very strong communicators across multimedia platforms. How do you kind of work with that content, and how do you at Dubai Post, which is an online only platform, how do you work in this sort of fast-paced, dynamic media that we have now?
So we are part of Dubai Media Inc., which is we have the TVs, the radios, the print brands. So when we came up with the idea of Dubai Post, we wanted to create something that's different, So we don't want to compete with our own brands, and we wanted to create something that there is a space for us. It's a space that we can own, a niche space that we can own. So we focused on storytelling. So Dubai Post is a video platform focused on storytelling, the stories of people in Dubai, their successes, their challenges. We focus on positivity, on hope. We target youth, so we talk about future, about science, about space, and one other element that we focus on is the spreading knowledge. So you'll find some of our videos are very short, but they have a message or an information, informative videos. Plus, as I said, the storytelling, the stories of people living in Dubai and UAE.
And your advancement and progress into the digital space, was that something that came natural, or was there extra training? And how do you find people moving into the online media?
I mean, for me, it came natural, and I mean, especially in the digital space, because things are evolving and changing on a daily basis. So you learn while you work, as they say. We worked on a project years ago, and that was the start for me in the digital. We wanted to create a fully user-generated TV station. So it was called Shuf TV. I think we were way ahead of our time, because at that time people were just starting to use mobile, being content creators as individuals, I mean, not as media. So I got involved working on that platform.
I want to ask you about the motto for Dubai Post. We see the good in every story. Can you elaborate on that?
I think it goes with the city of Dubai. It goes with what we stand for in UAE also. We want to see the good in people. We want to see the good in business, the good in education, the good in media, the good in politics. That's the role of, I think, is what UAE is aiming to. Also, I think there is enough negative news out there. There is enough people covering negative news out there. I know when there is a negative news, it's more emotional. It attracts more people because the title and the story itself, people get more interested in. But we want to spread the good news. There is a lot of good stories, especially here in Dubai. Dubai is like full of good stories, and we want to tell people these stories, to give them hope, to give them a window to what the future can, how the future can look.
Interesting. I think, that's really an important platform for media. We see it, you mentioned there's a lot of negativity in the news, but also on social media, a lot of the big platforms such as Twitter deal with online negativity and hate and things like that all the time. And it's incredible, sometimes actually the good stories and the good news, often they get shared even more. Positivity, and it spreads. It can put media in the center of that sort of happiness objective, and it's part of the wider culture more. And it maybe brings kind of more understanding as well. What are the kind of most positive stories you've seen so far in 2019? I know the year is still early, but what are the good messages out of Dubai this year?
There's a lot of good messages. We did a lot of stories. One of the things that I loved is we did this story about two ladies actually volunteering and creating a business by teaching school kids about the bees.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. It was in Barari, and it was one of the most watched videos on our platform. It is very simple, and the mix, an Arabic lady and non-Arabic lady, they are friends. It shows you how Dubai it is, and then the school kids, and they're talking about something very specific, bees.
Yeah. And
how bees actually affect our food consumption, our life, So this is one of the good stories that we really had good feedback about. We did a story about a security guy from Nepal, who actually used to be a karate teacher, and he still does that.
Wow.
Every Friday in Safa Park. But he came to Dubai, and Dubai gave him the opportunity to work, to send his sister and wife through nursing school.
Yeah.
So that human side of the story, you might see him as a security guy, but you don't know what the story behind this guy who came all this way to create a life for him and for his family. And I think that's what we need to focus on in media overall, because there's a lot of good stories here in Dubai.
Yeah, interesting. I think you touched on, the storytelling aspect of stories, the different elements that make something connect with and resonate with people. It's interesting how you kind of put those elements together. So we're at the media forum hosted in Dubai, and it's quite a buzzy atmosphere. It's just the start of the day. What do you think are the key topics that will be discussed today, and where do you see the industry moving for Dubai Post?
I mean, for me, what's interesting is looking into the future of media. What's the trends going to be in this field? And also, I think my focus is to know more about content and how content distribution works. These two main topics is important for me, and I think this is the right platform to discuss this, especially in the Arab media. Like, one of the topics is the paid media. We're not used to paid media here. I mean, for the entities that we work with and the government entities, but it is a practice in Europe and USA. So this is one of the things that interests me to know more about and to understand.
So the sponsored content or the online advertising?
Online paid content, like subscription.
Yeah, okay.
So we do have that in OSN, let's say, or Netflix, but we don't have it in the TVs, we don't have it on the online platforms, we don't have it in print. So that's an interesting aspect to look into.
There's a technological side, and also this week Apple launched News Plus. You must be kind of interested to see how that can be used.
Yes, I'm actually moderating the session called Future of TV.
Okay.
And that's very interesting for me because, especially with the Apple TV Plus, as I said before, it's becoming very complicated but integrated industry. We see Amazon and Apple TV coming into the content creation space, and we see the TVs, the big TVs like Disney and here in OSN. And I think the challenge is they all doing the same thing. So they want to create original content and they want to grab the attention of the consumers. But the challenge is who have the bigger reach.
Yeah.
Who have credibility. Would you look into the content from Apple TV as a content from a media company or from an IT company or from a telecommunication? It's kind of still at this stage confusing, but I think it's interesting and it's something that will grow into something amazing.
Perfect. Great note to finish it on. Thank you very much for your time, Khadija, and look forward to attending your panel later.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.